Hi guys, welcome to Code Debugger. In the previous video, we have covered how to implement JavaX validation in Spring Boot application. So in this video, we are going to cover how to handle custom exceptions in Spring Boot application. So let's start. Let's create a custom exception. Let's say app exception. So I'm extending this from runtime exception. So let me add a constructor to this. Okay. So here I want to add a enum where I will store all the exception related messages or log code or HTTP status, everything I will add inside that. Let's create a enum for that. Enum internal standard error. Inside enum, let me add getters and all as constructor. I'm using Lumbo for the getters and all as constructor. Let me add some attributes. Error message, log code, HTTP status. Okay, so let me add enums for that. Let's say mobile number not exist. Okay, so we need to add these parameters. That's a log code HTTP status dot uh, not found means mobile number not exist. That's why I'm returning not found status code. Okay, so error message I will add mobile number not exist. Error code I will return E1001. Let's say this error code should be your application specific error code. Okay, so let's add this enum inside the constructor first. Private internal standard error will pass inside the constructor parameter. This dot standard error is equal to error. I will call the super. I'll pass the error message. Error dot get error message. Okay, I'll add a getter here. So that's it. In constructor we are passing internal standard error. Okay, let's go to the controller. I will add some business logic here. Let's say I will add some boolean value is there. Each mobile exists is equal to false, and this false we are calling to a service class and we are getting the value from that service class. Let's say we are injecting some service class here. Okay, in this example I am not uh, writing the service class. I'm just writing the dummy variable for that. Okay, so let's write some logic and we'll throw the exception. If is mobile number not exist, then what we'll do, we'll throw exception. Throw new app exception of internal standard error we need to pass, right? Internal standard error, mobile number not exist. Okay, but whenever we are returning this one, that means we need to return a proper format, because in previous video, if you see in JavaX validation video, we are returning normally plain text format, which is not good and which is not recommended also, because here we will not get much information about the exception. So how to do that, how people are doing in real time, let's try with that. Let's create a model class for that, error response. Okay, so inside error response we'll have private string error message. Okay, private string log code, private int status, private local date time. Okay, these are the parameters we'll pass to give a meaningful error message to the user. Let's say get a set a builder. Okay, I'm using the Lombok related annotations here. So whenever we are throwing exception in controller layer, then automatically this exception will catch by exception handler, but we need to write a method for that. Let's write a method, public response entity we need to return, and we need to return error response instead of string. Okay, handle app exception. Sorry, I need to use generates. Okay, add that exception handler. Inside that I need to pass app exception dot class. This app exception, whenever we will get the app exception, then automatically this method will get called. Okay, so here what we need to do, we need to create a error response object, right? Error response equal to, we'll use the builder dot, let's say build, okay, dot log time will be local date time dot now. Error message will be getting that from exception itself. That means from exception we'll get the internal standard error, right? What we are passing inside the controller. Here whatever we are passing, that exception we are catching there, right? That means this exception should be there inside the exception class. This exception will get, and we'll extract the values from this exception. Let's try with that. So we are getting the standard error. From this standard error, I will extract the values. Error message, then log code, then status is there, standard error dot get http status. Here we need int value dot value. If we'll do dot value, automatically int value will get. Okay, because http status, there is a method is there inside the http status. The int value, whatever value is there, will get. Okay, that's it. We need to return response entity, return response entity dot status. When return the status, standard error dot get status dot body, we need to return body as error response. That's it. Let's check that we're sending, we're starting the Spring Boot application. Check everything. This false value will get from the service layer, right? So no need to worry about that. Whenever you will do any service call, you will get some value from there, or else this logic will be there in service layer or something like that we can implement. Okay, application started 8080 port. Let's try with a valid number. Okay, 10-digit number I am trying. Let's try. Yeah, if you see here, we are getting the message like whatever error response we are returning here, error message, log code, status and time, same we are getting, right? Mobile number not exist, error log code we are getting 404, the status code we are getting, and the time of exception, right? So if we are sending this type of error message, how we will get beneficiary from that? Actually, in production we will get more information about the exception, so that we can find easily the bug or any exception occur in our application. Okay, so let's try to do with the input validations also the same implementation. If you see input validation, we are getting the error response as a normal string. Okay, all the exception error response should be same. So let's try with that, how to do that. Go inside the exception handler. So instead of string, we need to return error response, right? We need to return error response. So we need a internal standard error, but this is not our application specific exception. So Spring will not pass this one because Spring is throwing this exception, right? So we will add our own static error message for that. Let's add that inside the internal standard error here. Let's add input underscore error. We need to pass error message, input error, log code will be E1002. You can manage the log code in your business logic as per your business functionality. HTTP status will send as a bad request. Let's return the bad request. Okay, that's it. Let's get that exception, that error details here. Internal standard error dot input error. Now we need to return the error response, right, inside the body. That means status will be here, the same we'll get here, standard dot get HTTP status. Okay, we are returning bad request, automatically it will return bad request. Then body will return error response, right? So in message we will pass the whatever error we are getting from the Spring, that will pass here. Okay, that's it. Let's start the application and see. Application started. Let's try. Yeah, we are getting this error message. Mobile number should be 10 digit. Log code is this one. Status code we are getting 400. And time, whatever uh, time is at the time of exception. Okay, like this way we can manage the exception in our application. Okay, so this is the main enum where we are managing all the static response, error response, like if you can say like error message or error code or http status code. Suppose in future if you want to add any other error messages, then you can add here and you can throw that error message like whatever we have thrown here, like this we can throw. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching this video. If you have not subscribed the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you.